Hi everybody, this is Stephanie. I am sharing a traveler's notebook process, and this is how I do it when I add in digital stamps. So the screen is obviously a different format. I am in the silhouette, and I just want to show you really quick how I do the sizing. You can see the icons there in the left portion. I just grab the outline rectangle and I make the size to fit a traveler's notebook. For me, I do 4x8 just so that way it fits within the book and I don't have to do any trimming later. I make my own traveler's notebooks. This just makes it so much easier. So if I want to add in this format or just, I don't have to work within the book. And I can add in my own papers and so forth. So the collection that I'm working with right now, it's a digital stamp from Traci Redesign. It is called Beautiful. It is Halloween based. So obviously you're going to see them all treats. Oh, sorry, I'm trying to say the stamp. It says all treats, no tricks. That is exactly how it feels for this picture. I will talk more about that here in a bit. But I want to talk about the digital stamps right now. As you can see here, I'm deciding which one I want to have as the main focal point, and my journaling that I did beforehand, I want to fit it in. However, I want to make sure that I leave room for some stamps that I'm going to be doing after I print it out. I have a new stamp set from Citrus Twist, and it's about craving, so I definitely want to make sure I add in some of those sentiments as well. So I pulled out some of those stamp sets from digital stamps from the files, and I just placed them there on the side before I started the camera, since I noticed that the camera doesn't pick up when I open up new folders or files. It's like it's not there, so I didn't want to confuse you guys that I'm doing something, but it just suddenly appears. And I end up using most of them except for the one that's on the right now that has that two-part sentiment. I don't end up using that. Now let's talk about the photo. So I really love the coffee shakes from Whataburger, and when they discontinued them, I was so bummed because I could not find a replacement. There was nowhere else it was offered. So for Burger Boy to suddenly pop out with them, I had been wanting to try it for weeks, and I kept forgetting every time we would be out and about. Finally, this weekend that just passed, I got it, and they did not disappoint. It was amazing. Probably too sweet and unhealthy, but it was such a treat that I want to get it so often before they they discontinue it, because I know it's a limited time. And it just makes me sad that I don't get it often enough. But hey, at least I have the picture to document about it. So I'm just grabbing out some more, sizing these digital stamps to fit. Now you see that sentiment that says, which better have my candy? I will draw a line out the candy portion and just place coffee, and I'm going to make that work. I just love the way that I'm able to do that, just because it's not about the candy right now, it's about the coffee shake. And I believe this is going to complete it. Right before I finish this off, I do make sure that I have my lines showing for that 4x8, so when it's time to cut, I know where to cut. And now we're moving on to the decorating process and putting it together into the traveler's notebook. Goes Like You. I'm so sorry, it's not beautiful. I do apologize. It is Goes Like You. Printable kit from Traci Redesigns. I love that stripe with the little hint of pink in there so much. That's why I put a thumbs up, because I love that paper. I'll probably use it on one of my Halloween outfits just to help make it pretty. It's so nice. And I pull out this paper, this beautiful plaid. I love that paper too. Well, obviously, guys, I like this paper since I got it. I caved. Now I'm going into my traveler's notebook that I make myself, just because, like I said, I'm able to work out of the book, and that makes it so handy for indecisive me. I thought about cutting out the shake, the cup, and then just placing them on there, but I felt like that was a really bold move for myself, and I didn't commit. So I thought maybe I can just off-center it off the paper, maybe do some layering. But I was honestly okay with just that plaid paper, so that is all I do. I do off-center it, and you'll see here in a bit what I mean. I was really liking the way that looks, to where that plaid paper just peeks out from the right side in the upper portion. I do see if I want to maybe do just a full mat and call it done. With all the digital stamps there on the right and my journaling, this side doesn't really need much. So I think I'm just cutting off the sizing. I believe that they were sized at 825, the traditional Traverse notebook. So I'm just trimming it to my 8 inches in length. I really like this look, so I'm going to commit to that. I'm just making sure because it seems very simple, and I like the way that clean look looks. All right, so while I'm on the fence on that, I'm going to start my stamping here on this page in the blank spaces that I left. So I pulled out the 3 stamp sets that I just wanted to play with that would fit within this layout, and it's this craving one from Citrus Twist, and it fits me. It talks about cravings and foods, of course. Yeah. So I show you really quick. And I'm going through these stamp sets just to see if they have any other sentiments that I may like to add in, but I think I commit just with this stamp set. After weeks of waiting, yes, that was definitely the phrase I was I was ready to scream. I want this now. It was so good though. Oh, it was so yummy. I thought about adding another sentiment after this one, but after this, I think I call this layout complete. And yeah. And the funny part of this layout is I change up this the 2 Traverse notebook pages. I end up changing them literally the last minute before it's done. And you'll see what I mean here in a bit. I'm going to go ahead and read my journaling with you. It says, yes, I've been craving to try this coffee shake from Burger Boy. I really love the coffee shake from Whataburger and been searching for a replacement. And Burger Boy did not disappoint. Only bum thing is how long will they offer this yummy treat? Here's where I'm placing the line through the candy, and I had already stamped out the image of coffee there underneath it and did 2nd and 3rd generation just to really pop out like, oh wait, there's something different going on over there. I think right here I am simply adding in another sheet of paper every single time I do a new layout. I bring in a new paper so that way it keeps the you add in paper. I don't know if that makes any sense. I just so that way I can glue the right side to the new insert, I guess I can call them, and I get to keep building from there, and it just makes it easier, and I get to keep adding in papers for only the amount of stories that I have for the month. This is where I decide, do I like it if I put it on this side or do I like it on that side? And then real quick, I'm like, you know what, I do like it. Since doing the paper there on the upper right and upper portion, it made the left portion just have like a runoff and like no one, like a stop. That's what I'm looking for, like a stop. So that's when it told me like, okay, I think it needs to belong in the center so where I can see that's where it's coming from, it's coming out. And that gave me this reason to suddenly change it up at the end. All right, this is completing my layout and this is the overview. I hope you got inspired and you just got tips and tricks for this process. And yeah, as always, thanks for watching. Bye.